we had the situation actually even worsening rather than improving in between two countries, in particular when it comes to and the security and the presence of Kosovo institutions in terms of what happened in the north. We had the agreement on the inclusion of Kosovo Serbs in the northern municipalities in Kosovo institutions, but then, as we've seen it recently, have been directly under the directives of Vučić. Also, in relation to what Mr. Bieber was saying earlier on the representation of Lista Srpska, one political party representing Kosovo Serbs in Kosovo Parliament and in other institutions, we've seen that the reaction has not been, and the representation on representing actually the need of Kosovo Serbs, be that in the north or in the south, but more represented in Vučić's policies in Kosovo. So as a member of parliament in 3 consecutive terms, I've seen that had never Lista Srpska or their MPs had raised any issue on daily lives of Kosovo Serbs. Okay. Mostly had been regarding or intervening about any request that came directly from Vučić.
Hello, can you just explain to us what Belgrade's point of view is? Why have these talks failed?
Well, from Belgrade's point of view, or at least how the government is arguing, basically they're saying that in the latest months, any attempt to negotiate have failed because they argue that Kosovo authorities don't seem to be willing to negotiate anymore. It is basically the statement that we can hear Vučić say almost any time he leaves Brussels. And one particular point of contestation has been the Association of Serb Municipalities in northern Kosovo. And I think, if we're going to look at it from an objective point of view, I think one of the big reasons as to why negotiations are not working is because both sides are often resorting to blaming the other side and to not at all looking at the potential problems that they themselves are posing. That's exactly why I said at the beginning that this picture is way more complicated. Is Serbia always having its behavior at its best? No. Has Serbia sometimes perpetrated negotiations? Most certainly. But has Kosovo done the same? Absolutely yes. That's one thing. I think trying to see this from the other side's point of view and trying to understand the other side's grievances might actually be a better way forward when it comes to negotiations here.
Mimosa, I'll get your thoughts in just a second, but I do want to bring in Florian Bieber here. Florian, it's very difficult to negotiate anything when there's a massive troop build-up on your border, as we've seen happen quite regularly from Serbia. Is that part of the problem?
Well, I mean, these troop buildups are more bluster. I mean, really, Kosovo is protected by NATO-led peacekeeping troops. For Serbia to imagine crossing this boundary or border, this would escalate things. Serbia doesn't want to risk a war with NATO. So I think this is not really to be taken seriously. I think much more serious is the fact that Serbia has been intervening indirectly into Kosovo through its, kind of more illicit, less